This is the August edition of Health Check 360, sponsored by Tomah Memorial Hospital, and I'm joined by Tomah Memorial Hospital's new Hospice Volunteer Coordinator, Kris Nichols, who's here to fill us in on a great way to get involved and to give back to the community. Welcome, Kris.
Hello, Melissa.
I am just so delighted that you are here.
Thank you.
So tell me how long you've been doing this job.
3 months.
Wow, so you are pretty new.
I'm brand new.
Well, why don't you give me a brief overview of what you do for hospice?
Okay. Well, I'm the volunteer coordinator. So what I try to do is find volunteers, match them up with the patients, somebody that may need some assistance in their home. So a lot of just trying to find the volunteer to meet the patient's needs. And I'll be training the volunteers.
So that you spend quite a bit of time on the phone.
I do. It's most of my day.
Well, since you mentioned the training, let's jump right into that. So the volunteers have to go through a short training program to be able to do this. Tell me about that.
It's just a very short 12 hours of training, and you can be one of our hospice volunteers. It just helps you better understand what the patient and their family are going through.
And what the purpose of hospice is.
Correct.
Right. So the training sessions are held on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's beginning on October 16th through the 25th from 5 to 8.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct.
And then they would just contact the hospice office?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And
right.
Yes.
So when you're looking for volunteers, what are you looking for?
Oh, there are so many reasons that you can volunteer. There's somebody that just may need you in their home for companionship. Maybe they need some help shopping. We also have volunteers in our office. We have volunteers gardening. It's whatever you can give.
And you mentioned trying to match up the volunteers with the patient's needs. So somebody that's looking for, we had talked earlier, like a sewing project. So somebody that has that skill.
Right. There was somebody that was wanting to finish up a project, and before she passed. And so we had a volunteer come in, sat with her, sewed right along with her, and they finished it up for her family,
so
and she was just thrilled.
Oh, I bet.
So,
I mean, most people know what hospice is, and I'll share a little bit of my personal story. I was blessed with the services of hospice a little over a year ago when my mom was passing, and I can't even express to you how wonderful it was to have them come in, and everybody was just loving and caring and helpful. And I mean, every time I called and every time that I needed something, they were just right there. And but yes, it is for people that are terminal.
They are, and they have decided not to seek any further treatment, and they just want quality of life at the end.
Right.
And
so hospice will come into the home, or you also have
Serenity House.
Okay. And so there you're specifically looking for, you said, people in the kitchen staff.
Correct. We do have a cook, but that's breakfast and lunch, and she does make supper. We just like somebody to come in and serve and help the staff out, because they're quite busy.
So tell me about like how many hours a volunteer could expect to be expected of them if they wanted to volunteer.
You know, a volunteer can volunteer just as little or as much as they want to. It's whatever they want to give, and we'll take 2 hours a week. We'll take whatever.
And have you had any feedback from your volunteers about being a hospice volunteer?
Oh, everyone that I've talked to, they love it. It's been something they said that they get more out of than they give. And that's how every one of them that I've talked to feels.
That is just, it's so beautiful. And you know, I mean, it's just so wonderful to have you here, Kris.
Yes,
and thank you for the job that you do and for just the beauty of hospice, because it really is something
Thank
wonderful
you.
that you guys give to our community.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Well, you can find information about the hospice program and volunteer opportunities at tomahospital.org. Don't forget that you can find this and past editions of Health Check 360 on our Links 24 Facebook page.